"Come in," the prince said shortly, gesturing for the two of them to enter. Nicky obeyed hesitantly, his eyes moving to another slave who knelt naked at the side of the bed. His face flushed hotly, even though the slave was not looking at him. The boy couldn't be more than a couple of years older than Nicky was, his skin dyed a pale metallic gold that matched the glitter in his hair. His back was crossed with angry-looking welts, obscenely garish against the paleness of his skin. A pair of golden cuffs bound his wrists, their heavy chain trailing over his knees. His eyes were downcast, giving no indication that he'd even noticed Nicky had entered the room. Nicky stared, his mouth going dry. He wasn't sure what he found more frightening, the wounds on the slave's back, or this further evidence that the prince enjoyed dressing his toys in obscene costumes. "So this is the new slave from Estruvia?" The prince's voice drew Nicky's attention forcefully away from the silently kneeling slave. Nicky watched with wide eyes as the prince moved toward him, one hand reaching for his chin. He trembled under the touch of the man's cool fingers, steeling himself not to pull away as his face was turned from side to side, angling it into the light. The prince's gaze was coolly assessing. "I've never seen colouring like this before." The iron grip of his fingers was just this side of painful. It was a relief when he released Nicky's chin. "His eyes are unusually sensual." "An exotic specimen, my prince," Tanaka agreed. The prince's pale eyes seemed to devour Nicky's face, the open hunger in them making Nicky's heartbeat speed fitfully. Even on such short acquaintance, he could tell that this was a man of rare tastes and insatiable appetites. The thought of being touched by him made Nicky want to recoil in revulsion. It was a brief respite when the prince turned away from him. "Prepare him," the prince said shortly, walking past the gold-skinned slave without a glance as he moved toward the bed.